A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hey guys, it's Peter, Jason, Segel, and Scott Phan here. Tonight's video, we're going to do another salute video that was requested by Branson Phan, the Terminator fan. Tonight's one is going to be a long one because we're going to take a look at the Star Wars. We're going to be doing a salute on the entire movie franchises. We're going to start from the prequels, then the originals, then the sequels. So we're going to go by number order, not by chronological order. I don't know, maybe it's just I preferred it that way. So anyways, let's start by going each movie we're going to rank from. So first up we have the episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Released in 1999, this movie is the opening of the prequel trilogy, which takes place years after the original where the original trilogy ended. Now this movie is generally quite good. It is good. I mean, it slaps. I mean, might not technically be the best, but it still slaps, you know. This gets a third place on my prequel line to play it safe. Next up, we have episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now, I've seen Attack of the Clones everywhere. It's like Empire and Sky movies. This really proves how to get your lightsaber out and have a real good time. This generally is my favorite of the trilogy. I was going to go Revenge of the Sith was going to be my favorite, but I don't like going from 3 to 1. But I just prefer it that way. First place on the prequels. And next up we have episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now I like Revenge of the Sith. This is the most action-packed one. And get this was actually the first Star Wars movie to get an M rating in Australia. Now the action in this movie is pretty cool. And my favorite part in this movie is when he's like, no! And get this, a VHS of this movie exists in Australia, and it has the colored classification on there. And unfortunately, Jeremy Snider hates this movie because he finds it too scary. As such, he is not going to get this movie on Blu-ray or 4K Ultra HD to keep in line with the other Star Wars movies. This gets a 2. So anyways, from hero rankings from third place, The Phantom Menace, 2, Revenge of the Sith, and number 1 we have Attack of the Clones. And I do like Revenge of the Sith though, it's still cool. Now we move to the original trilogy, starting with Star Wars, or Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. This was actually the greatest family adventure of all, and it's pretty cool, you know, pretty cool to see where it really does begin. It really does begin, you know. Really does set the tone, you know, set the tone for what you would expect in a Star Wars movie. So this is second place for the originals. Next up we have The Empire Strikes Back. Now The Empire Strikes Back, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. It is that cool. It's got some pretty cool action from a movie from 1979. This is quite possibly one of my favorites of the entire Star Wars trilogy, you know, any Star Wars trilogy. If you tell me which one, it would be The Empire Strikes Back. This is that cool. And next we have Return of the Jedi. Now this is quite possibly pretty slaps. So I mean, it's not technically no Revenge of the Sith, no Phantom Menace, but it still slaps, you know. It still slaps, you know. It's still good. Anyways, my rankings for the original trilogy, number 3 is Return of the Jedi, number 2 is A New Hope, and number 1 we have The Empire Strikes Back. Number 1, The Empire Strikes Back for life. Now we move into the sequel trilogy now, starting with The Force Awakens. Now this is quite possibly one of the most epicest movies, Star Wars sequel movies I've ever seen. This is quite possibly amazing because we get to see Finn and Rey and Kylo Ren. Now this movie just really does raise the bar. The bar is raised, and this movie has J.J. Abrams directing. Pretty awesome. Number 1, definitely on top. Next up we have The Last Jedi. Now I didn't really think this movie was quite good. I mean, the change of director, it was just really not my thing. Rian Johnson, I don't think was pretty good. Yeah, I don't like Rian Johnson very much, but this movie overall still slaps. I mean, it might not be good as Return of the Jedi, but it still slaps. So this gets a 3. I'm gonna rate it 3 to play it safe. Yeah, 3. Next up, and last but not least, we have The Rise of Skywalker. Now, J.J. Abrams is back in this entry for his production company Bad Robot. Now, this is quite possibly pretty spectacular. There are some lights, flashing lights in this movie, so do be warned if you are photosensitive, which they have a warning at the back of the Blu-ray and all physical media formats. So, anyways, here are my rankings. Number 3 is The Last Jedi. Number 2 is The Rise of Skywalker, and number 1 we have The Force Awakens. So, anyways, all these movies are very awesome. But do you know who likes this movie? Me. Likes these movies? Me. I like virtually all the movies, you know. Yeah, they all still slap, you know. I don't necessarily hate all of them, but, you know, they're still pretty good. Still amazing. Remember all the time when I was a kid, you know, I used to watch Star Wars growing up as a young boy. I used to watch Ewoks. Ewoks was amazing. But do you know who does like these movies? Well, nobody I know of. Well, unfortunately, like I said before, Jeremy Snider hates one movie, and not all of them, but Jeremy Snider hates Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, because he finds it too scary. As such, it's the only, like I said before, it's the only Star Wars movie that is not making the cut in his Star Wars collection. Not at all. He will not get it on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, not at all. So, Star Wars rocks, and so does the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Anyway, Star Wars Resistance sucks. Well, anyways, guys, that's it for another spectacular salute video. So, do you like my content? Then please be sure to comment, subscribe, and smash that like button. After you've done that, you'll be notified when a new video is on my channel. And I'll see you all again in the next video.